Here's why this swing is much faster than this swing. Now, sometimes when athletes want to hit harder and faster, what they focus on is the arm. Now, while the arm is important, the problem is that it's only part of the spiking sequence. So in this video, I'm only using part of the spiking sequence. And because I'm only using part of it, I'm producing low amounts of force. And because I'm putting low amounts of force into the ball, this results in low speeds. Now in this video, I'm using the full spiking sequence and I'm able to use everything that I have to produce a lot of force. It's because I'm doing certain actions that are producing force and I'm timing them well so that they're accumulating up the chain and putting that force into the ball. Now if we go back and compare the two, if I'm only using part of the spiking sequence, then I'm gonna get low amounts of force and that's gonna go into the ball and produce low speeds. Whereas if I produce high amounts of force using everything that I have in the spiking sequence and timing it well, then I'm gonna produce a lot of force and put that into the ball, which is gonna give me faster speeds. Not only that, but when I'm producing force at each action, then I'm accumulating force up the chain and that's going into the arm and that's actually gonna speed up my arm swing. So the speed of my arm swing is gonna increase when I'm using the full spiking sequence as opposed to just using my arm. So we need to improve technique, and this is the spiking sequence. It's the pullback, the hip shift, the torso rotation, the arm action, and the contact point with deceleration. Now I'm on the ground in this video, but it's the same thing in the air. If I'm not using the full spiking sequence, I'm not going to be able to produce as much force as I would if I were using the full spiking sequence. But we can practice the spiking sequence on the ground as if we were in the air. So we want to be in the position that we would be when we're in the air, and we want to use the same actions that we would if we were in the air. So this means that we're not relying on the ground for force, because in the air we're not going to be able to do that, and we're not stepping into the ball when we're doing our spike. Then as you get more comfortable with these actions and they become more automatic, then you can take that into airborne drills and practice the same movements in the air. So if you want to hit harder and faster, one of the keys is to learn and improve your spiking sequence. You need to develop specific and overall strength in the actions and the tissues involved. You need to develop separation in range and in movement so that we can get into these positions and be able to use the stretch shortening cycle to produce force. And you need to be able to time them well so that these force producing actions are overlapping each other and accumulating force up the chain and eventually going into the ball. And the more force that we can put into the ball quickly and accurately, the faster that ball will go.